Hi, welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel, and we're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. And now we're going to be talking about the Jim Pepper Native Arts Festival. And with me to talk about it, we have Sean Aaron Cruz, who's the Executive Director. Thanks for being here, Sean.
Thank you, Monica.
It's nice to have you here. And this is a really special kind of event that you have. Is this the second one? Is that correct?
This is the second annual, yes.
Second annual,
yes,
good.
Yes.
Yeah, going strong in the second year.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Tell, for those who may not be new, maybe new to the area or don't know about Jim Pepper, can you tell us a little bit about who he was and why he's important?
Sure. You know, Jim is actually better known in Europe than he is in his own hometown.
Wow. It
yeah.
often happens, doesn't it? I don't know why that is.
Well, he found audiences there that he didn't find in America, outside of Indian country. And yeah, and he lived there for much of the latter years of his life. So when he was really working the most, he was a long ways from Portland.
Wow. Yeah, and he passed away when?
1992. He passed away from lymphoma at the age of 52.
Ooh, way
1992.
Way too young.
Oh yeah.
I bet he had a lot of music left in him too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So, tell me what is his legacy? What did he leave?
Oh, gee, he left a body of work that is, it'll be years before it's fully appreciated. Really? I think that Jim Pepper will, once his body of work surfaces and people have a better understanding of it, then I think he'll be seen as the most important original voice to ever emerge from Oregon.
That is a bold statement
there. That's right. That's exactly right.
But I have a feeling that you quite believe it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So he did have some commercial success, you know, in the United States, right? There was the Wichita-To, am I saying that right?
Sure,
right.
Wichita-To, that was his big crossover hit. But the thing about Jim is he never wrote pop songs.
He wasn't in it for that, was he?
He never wrote pop songs. There's in his works there is no history of pop songs. I've collected maybe 25 CDs and LPs, mostly from small European labels. And in there is nothing that's dated. There's nothing that's a pop song or a B-side. It's all music. This is
from the 40s. This is from the 80s. This is.
It's all music that'll last forever. It really is.
Yeah. Well, and that song is not a pop song either. It just became popular. But,
yeah. Well, you know, and all those recordings, very few of Jim's songs are under 8 or 9 minutes.
Wow.
And so
that's not going to get the radio airplay.
Exactly. You know, when you're recording it, this isn't for radio. Yeah.
So he was a songwriter. He was a composer and saxophone.
Oh yeah, regarded as one of the top saxophonists in the history of the instrument.
Wow, that's pretty.
And
impressive.
I didn't say that, but I believe it. Oh yeah, he's absolutely unique. I only saw him once, and that was back in around 1970 in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, and I was a music major at Sonoma State. And I only heard him once, and it wasn't until 32 years later, after I bought my house in Park Rose and met his family, this is after he'd passed, that I learned the name of that saxophone player that I had heard once. Wow. All I had to do was hear it once, and it was him. Oh yeah, there's nobody sounds like Jim.
You have some pictures that you brought, and I'd like to take a look at those now. Maybe you could tell us what we're looking at, because there's pictures that go way back.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can take a look at those, and you can tell us what we're looking at here.
The picture on the right, that's Jim Pepper. I don't know the date, but he was doing a benefit for KBOO, and I found that poster in KBOO, and it says at the bottom, it says, in a rare U.S. appearance since moving to Austria, Native American jazz saxophonist Jim Pepper returns for a benefit concert to support KBOO Community Radio. And then the picture on the left is one of a series of photos that were shot in a studio. I don't know the year or the place, might have been New York City. And that is our icon. When you see that photo of Jim and a saxophone, that's the festival icon.
He looks like a happy guy. He looks like he's full of joy.
Yeah. Now this photograph was taken circa 1980 at the Quebec City powwow, and that's Jim in the middle, Karen Knight Pepper on the left, singer, and wearing the eagle feathers are the musicians and singers of Yellowhammer. They're 5 times world champion Southern style powwow singers that traveled with Jim. And well, this was in Canada, but through Indian country and in Europe. Amazing. Yeah. This is...
that's a different look there.
Yeah, well, that's about 1966. Jim with the Free Spirits, the first jazz rock fusion band in music history. They were like 2 years ahead of Miles Davis and everybody else. They were legendary players.
He was a real pioneer, wasn't he?
Chip Baker on the left, Chris Hills, second from the left, actually lives in Portland, and he will be playing with the Flying Eagle All-Stars Saturday night. Great. And then Rock-a-lam Bob Moses, next to Jim there on the right, world famous drummer, and then Larry Coryell, one of the great guitar players for how long now? Since the 1960s. Wow. Still has it. We brought them together last year at the Pepper Festival. They hadn't seen each other in 45 years.
Oh no!
And they got together here in Portland. And this image is of Jim's tenor saxophone, his turtle shell rattle, and the hat that he wore in a lot of his performances with the eagle feather. That was when Jim's family donated that to the National Museum of the American Indian, the Smithsonian, in 2007. And that saxophone sits in a glass case in the Smithsonian. Wow. And we're working with the Oregon Historical Society on a proposal to borrow the saxophone in 2015 and bring it to Portland.
I think that would be very appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
And this image is of the Jim Pepper Flying Eagle All-Stars. These players performed with Jim hundreds of times in different places around the world and different bands, hundreds of times. And they're going to be...
I mean, this is most of the group that always traveled with him, or
oh no,
did he just
there were many. Oh yeah.
Are these all people that live here?
Yes, they all live locally here. Yeah.
And they'll probably be at the event.
Oh, that's the Flying Eagle All-Star Band. That's the band.
Okay, that's
oh yeah.
So tell me what people can expect at this event. It's at Parkrose High School.
Yes.
Are there 2 parts to it? Is that? During the day and in the evening? Or?
Yeah, there's a free concert for the community from noon to 6 outdoors, and there'll be a Native American art show and sale indoors, vendors, food.
Anything you want, pretty much. It sounds like food, music, art. Yeah. That sounds great. So that's going to be. Where will it be at Parkrose? Is it like in their
front lawn?
On the front. Perfect.
Front lawn, yeah, easy to find. Perfect. And then there's a 600 theater at Parkrose. It's a concert hall in there that, if you haven't had a child there, you probably wouldn't know that it was even existed.
I've been to that one, huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So is that where the
evening concert, the benefit concert? Yes.
And we can't say prices on the air, but I know that it's a reasonable amount, and
it's a benefit to raise funds for the Jim Pepper Remembrance Scholarship Fund, which will be divided equally between Parkrose High School music students and Native American music students living on or off reservations anywhere in the USA.
How great is that?
Yeah.
How was it last year? How was the tribute? How did it go? I mean, was it?
Well, the part that happened on stage went very well. Overall, there were all kinds of problems.
Oh, really?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Anytime you have a brand new event, that's going to happen.
We built a 4-day event on the assumption that, on the belief that there would be a traveling exhibit from the National Museum of the American Indian here for 4 days.
That didn't happen.
Well, it turns out the organization responsible for getting it here decided to drop the ball several weeks before and never told anybody.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
So this year, I assume that's not part of the...
Oh, no. No. This is 1 day this year. Last day was 4 days.
Yeah, this will be easier.
Yeah.
This will be easier, but it'll pack a lot into 1 day. So, but this is really a family friendly event.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
so
one of the reasons. Well, I've been working on the festival for 7 years now, and the goal has always been not to be a promoter renting venues, but to build a permanent home in partnership with an educational institution. And the gym was an educator and comes from a family of educators. And
so that was important.
Very important, yeah.
And it is important.
And he grew up in the Park Rose neighborhood, and our long-term goals are to increase access to music education so that someday students will be able to get into band in the 4th grade, which is the way it used to be.
Yeah, and so much of that,
When I grew
has
up,
been cut.
Oh, it's all gone years ago.
There's some really good nonprofits that try to help kids, get music into their lives, but they can't help everybody, and it is really sad when that's not available to them anymore.
We think that Parkrose has one high school, one middle school, and 2 elementary schools, that it's small enough that we can make a difference there.
You can, and since he was part of that community and that you're focusing on that area, lucky them. That's great that you're going to do that, because there's a lot of areas that need help, but Parkrose is one of them. Every area has its drawbacks.
Everywhere in East County.
Yeah. So this is a good thing that you're doing. There's a focus on the Native American culture.
Absolutely.
So tell me, what kind of things are you talking about? You have the
Jim was Kaw and Creek.
Okay.
Is Oklahoma tribes, and though he grew up here in Portland. And one thing that we became aware of as we were planning this festival out, Jim is categorized as a jazz player, but he was actually a lot more than that. And so when we thought about what are we going to call this event, Jim Pepper Jazz Festival, well, no, because he's more than that. It's not just about jazz with Jim. And the Jim Pepper Music Festival, but no, that Jim was also a dancer, and so you have to think more holistically and more broadly. So that's where it settled on the Jim Pepper Native Arts Festival. And we're doing this in knowing that, in the Portland metro area, there isn't a single venue, no concert hall, no restaurant, no club of any kind that books Native American bands of any kind.
Really?
Yeah, there isn't any. There has never been one, best of my knowledge. And there's a lot of Native bands out there that are very, very good, and across all kinds of genre. The Native American Music Awards, the NAMMYs awards, 25 categories.
Wow. From
Native church to rock and blues and country. And these are all Native bands.
And locally we have a pretty good...
Oh, there's a 9th largest urban Native population in the country lives in the Portland metro area.
Okay, we need to talk later. But that's something that's good to know, because I wasn't aware of that. So why are they not booked into those venues?
Well, I think that's directly related to the unique history of the region. But that's a big, long subject to talk about there. And
we only have a minute left, so maybe that's something that this might put a little dent into that. Maybe let some people know about.
Well, Jim Pepper. The thing is, it's hard to encounter his music. Most of it's out of print. That's changing. We have 4.5 hours worth of performances up on our YouTube channel now from last year.
So if somebody wants to go and listen to some of his music, what's the best way to do that?
Go to YouTube, actually.
And just in the
search on Jim Pepper. Jim Pepper Native Arts Festival, you find us. But people have been posting stuff all over the world. Cool. And Jim's music attracted the attention of people like Gunther Schuller, winner of the Pulitzer Prize for Music.
Wow. One
of the monumental figures of modern music, loves Jim Pepper. He recorded his songs in Cologne, Germany 14 years ago. Yeah.
There's a lot we need to learn about Jim Pepper, so those who are interested need to go check out the Jim Pepper, the Native Arts Festival.
Yes.
It's taking place at Parkrose High School, and that is on September 13th.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. We're out of time. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Sean, you've been great. And so
thank you.
If people are interested, we'll have the information on the screen as to how to get there and what the website is. So thanks
Fabulous.
a lot.
Thank you much.
Thanks for watching this edition or this segment of Community Hotline. We'll be right back with one more segment, so don't go away.